Alright, everybody, I have a surprise for you all. So, you may say, Courtney, what happened to the Super Game Boy? And some of you know this because I talked about it on my... What the heck is my hair doing? Hold on. I got my, like, bangs cut, but because of that, they're still, like... They're gonna need some time to adjust and grow out a little bit. Anyway. So, what happened to the Super Game Boy? What happened to playing it on the actual cartridge? Hold on. This baby right here. What happened to this? So what happened was... I tested it in the middle of playing last time to make sure it would hold its save. But it turns out it won't hold its save for longer than a few seconds. So, you know, testing it by just quickly doing it in the middle of the stream turned out to not really be a good test at all. So, what happened was I turned it back on maybe like an hour or so after I had stopped streaming last time, just to check. I was like, let's just make sure. It was gone. Save was gone. Everything I did last time was gone. So, I opened up my Switch and I skimmed through my stream and I got back to where I was. And I even meticulously recreated like all the levels where I'd found all the bonuses and the coins. Versus, you know, like, I think I got it exactly correct, so I should have recreated exactly, like, you know, this level I full completed, this one I didn't, but, you know, maybe I like, missed a level where there was 2 bonuses and I had gotten one, but I didn't get it on the recreation. I don't know. I think it's accurate. If anyone notices a discrepancy, a plot hole, you can call the Kremling Kronology hotline. You can send me a message and I'll be like, sorry about it. We apologize. We here at the Kremling Kronology apologize for this error. But, so I'm gonna play the rest of it on the Switch. Now the thing is, Victor does have the ability, because he's cool, to like replace Game Boy batteries, but at this point it's too late. So before I get to Donkey Kong Land 3, I'm gonna thoroughly test it beforehand and make sure that it is holding its save. And if it's not, he should be able to fix it before I get there. But unfortunately this one... was, you know, I didn't think to, like, test that in advance, so... Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I was skimming through my own stream, but for the most part, I was just, like, also watching something else while I was, like, getting back to where I was. And it didn't take very long, because, you know, I was making use of the rewind feature, so if I died, I would just be like, nope, and then just, like, keep charging ahead. So it really didn't take me that long to get back to where I was. I did it in, like, 2 sittings, and, you know, it wasn't too bad, but... But yeah, that's my disclaimer number 1. My disclaimer number 2 is that today I have a time limit, basically. But I don't know what the time limit is, because Shadow is at his grooming appointment, and they take a various amount of time to finish with him. Sometimes they're really quick, sometimes it takes, like, many hours, so I just have to listen out to the... They send me a text when he's done, and I just... When I get that text, I will have to leave. I will be like, sorry guys, even if I'm in the middle of a level, like, I gotta go. So, I'm on some nebulous time limit today, but I figured I wanted to go ahead and stream some more of this game since, you know, I do want to try to continue this series every weekend, and I was gonna do it last night, but I was, like, exhausted, and I was like, I don't wanna deal with this right now. I just took a nap. And then when I woke up, I watched Victor play Pokemon. Victor has been playing Pokemon Champions, but he's only using Gen 1 Pokemon, of which there are not many choices in that game. There's like 8 choices or something, like, I don't know, 9 choices to choose from or something. It's not very much. But he had a great time. He had a lot more fun than he was expecting, so I'm glad. Yeah, let's not hope for that, Andre. That's, I imagine, like, making that sacrifice of making Shadow look terrible for, like, Donkey Kong Land 2 of all things. Like, if I wanted to stream, you know, if I was, like, streaming some Bonanza or something, I'd understand, but... Alright, I think I'm gonna... I feel like that's not, like, completely centered. I had to crop this so you wouldn't have to see the... For some reason, everybody, like, really hates the, like, NSO border. I don't really understand why. I just think it's, like, unobtrusive myself. It doesn't bother me. I wish you could have it all be, like, bananas and stuff, like the actual, Super Game Boy border for this game, but you can see, Captain K. Rool is there. You can't see him, but he is there. He's always there. He's always watching. feel like I got it uncensored again. Whatever. It's good enough. Okay. So Pokemon Champions currently does not have, like, all the Pokemon in it. It's not just about, like, viability. First of all, they only have fully evolved Pokemon, except for Pikachu. So that knocks out, like, a ton of Gen 1 Pokemon, because even the ones that were fully evolved back in the day have had evolutions added, like, you know, Magmar or Electabuzz or Magneton, who is Victor's favorite Pokemon, so he can't use Magneton, and things like that. So, but there's also, like, even among fully evolved Pokemon, they don't have, like, all of them in the game. It's, like, a limited pool that they're starting with for whatever reason, so, but yeah, let's play this game. Give me a moment to swap my screen over. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, one thing, I wish this, like, had some kind of Super Game Boy integration, so games that did have, like, Super Game Boy compatibility, you could see, like, whatever borders or different color schemes and stuff they came with. I'm kind of surprised that, like, Nintendo hasn't done that sort of thing for this service. They went all the way to making a whole Virtual Boy thing, but they haven't done, like, the Super Game Boy compatibility. But, I'm gonna tell you one thing, which is, I honestly think that, like, I don't know if this is, like, the Game Boy Color version of it or what, but I honestly think this just, like, blue background and, like, yellowish brown foreground characters and whatever. I think it's easier on the eyes than what we were looking at last time. Like, when I was playing this just to get back to where I was, I felt like it was just easier to look at for me, and I liked it better. Like, obviously the blue, everything is blue, and so, like, it doesn't really make sense for the lava levels to be blue instead of, like, the blinding orange or whatever, but, like, I like it. It's better on my poor eyes. I think it's easier to see things, so I'm not complaining about the lack of, like, color palettes that we have now. The crocodile, you know, all of the, like, 8-bit renditions of this music sounds pretty good, so thank you, Grant Kirkhope. This was apparently the first thing he did at Rare. But, could have used a little more variety. I don't know, they took up all the cartridge space with, like, graphics and stuff and didn't leave enough for the music. But they did put Snakey Shanty in there, but so far it's only shown up on one level, which is the first level. And Rattle Battle did not have Snakey Shanty in it. It had, guess what? It had Lockjaw's Saga. So anyway, we're about to hear a nice, you know, the Bramble music, though, so... Man, I gotta say this, this version of Crazy Kremland is really sad. It's got, like, one tint and one Ferris wheel, and that's apparently all. Well, it's got a roller coaster in the foreground, but that's it. A roller coaster, a tint, a Ferris wheel, and then just, you know, a bunch of beehives and brambles. But... let's go. Let's play some more of this game. Is my... yeah, hold on, I have to reset... How did this get reset? Whatever, I have to reset the control scheme. It is whacked out right now. Hold on. Because I haven't played this with the little SNES controller until now. Let's see. This, B? I just want B to be jump. That's all. I don't wanna change the pause. Go back. Oh, okay, I have to put, okay, never mind. I was confused on how this works. So, there we go. And then Y needs to be run. I was thinking the whole thing where you have to, like, press select to do the Animal Buddy special moves, including making Squidder's webs, like, flatten out. I was just thinking about how, like, awkward that would be to do on an actual Game Boy. I feel like I need to, like, try playing it on an actual Game Boy so I can just see. Okay. I think that's better now. I lost Dixie. She was lost in the great control scheme kerfuffle. Oh well. Yeah, Donkey Kong Land 2 Kremland is just like that shitty theme park that you drive by on the side of the highway that you've just always seen and never gone to. Yeah, so this level is much less green than it was when we were looking at it last time. But again, it's just like, I don't know, it's just easier on the ice. I don't mind it. Boy. You really just can't see anything else besides the one barrel that you're in. You have no idea. This is the most, like, blind faith level. It's like a leap of faith, except it's a shooting of faith. It's a cannon blast of faith. What the hell was that? How did I, like, thread the needle? How is that even allowed? I went on, like, a completely different, like, plane than I feel. How come? Okay, none of these, like, they don't shoot you like a logical direction. I'm very confused. Like some of these you just don't land in a barrel at all. They're like, I feel like they should all line up diagonally or something, but they don't. You know, you can just like shoot past all the barrels and just end up going like 100 miles until you hit the brambles. Like, what's going on here? Oh yeah, and the other thing that's different about the last time I was playing is that because I did just rush back to where I was and use the rewind, I have like 1,000,000 lives now instead of last time where I think I did not have very many lives. So, you know, oh well. A little bit cheaty. And also, reminder that we skipped Bramble Blast in its proper, like, area. Okay. This one caught me off guard because all the other ones have been, like, you know, the, like, jerky type barrel, and this one is, like, the full rotation barrel. Anyway. We did not have Bramble Blast before, and now Bramble Blast is taking the place of Bramble Scramble, which I don't know why they decided to, like, minimize on Bramble levels, which are everybody's favorite, but... Sure, let's just go back that way. I didn't get the DK barrel at the beginning, whoopsies. I'm gonna be on this level for, like, the entirety of the time I have today, I feel. This level is, like... It's so much harder. Oh, okay, but... Didn't I fire, like, diagonally down right to get there? But when I went back that direction... I was no longer, am I crazy? I was, like, no longer on the same, like, direction. Hang on a second. I have to fix something on my thing real quick, but then we'll go back in. Okay. They, you know, at least we have the good music to, make us feel better about this situation. Everybody always says that the Bramble levels in the original, you know, SNES game are hard, but the music, like, helps keep you calm down and stuff, but at this point in my life, that's not, like, a problem for me, you know, like, nothing in Donkey Kong Country 2 is really hard for me anymore, except for speedrunning it. But, I don't even know if I would call this level hard, either. It's not like... It's just, like, random. Like, I don't know. It just feels like eventually I will find the right direction to go, but... I don't really feel like I'm, like... being challenged. I'm just like pressing buttons, I don't know. So my question is, if they have such limited screen space and it makes it unable, like, you can't see where the fuck you're shooting yourself at, why did they choose to, like, recreate Bramble Blast instead of Bramble Scramble? Like, why, if they're only gonna have one Bramble level out of the two of them, why did they do the one that's, like, clearly less well-suited for this, like, limited screen size? I'm literally just in a barrel, like, shooting into a void of nothingness. You think by now I would have learned, like, which direction I'm supposed to actually go? But I haven't. Damage boosting, okay. Speedrun strats. Fuck! See, there's nothing over there! You can't skip. It's unwise, because then you don't know, like, which direction you've come from and which direction, like... At least you're supposed to just follow the bananas, I guess. But if you accidentally backtrack and the banana's gone, then you're like, I don't know. Alright. So, what's going on with everybody? I'm hopefully going to do a little podcast with my friends about the Mario Galaxy movie next weekend, but I hope we can work it out for next weekend, because if we don't, I might not be able to do it anymore, because if it gets any later than that, I am rapidly forgetting what actually happens in that movie, so, like... I will just be, like, talking about Wart the whole time. Alright, this might be the furthest we've made it so far. At least today it is, for sure. Okay, I think I do want to go up here. I think there was a bonus. It's probably too late. I'm not going to get it now, I guess. Never mind. We'll come back and get that at some point in the future. Probably, like, soon when I die. I just want to hit the halfway point soon, please. This level... I don't... Like, all the levels in this game seem, like, hella long. Like, they seem longer than the versions in the Super Nintendo game. And maybe that's just me, because I, like, know the Super Nintendo levels so well, so they don't seem long to me. But I feel like the levels in this game are like, longer somehow. Like, I don't know how they did it, and I don't know why they did it. The thing about the Galaxy movie is... I mean, I'll enjoy talking about it and just giving my personal perspective, but, like... In the wider sense, I'm not, like, super interested in, like, discussing it or, like, discourse on it or whatever, because I feel like there's not too much you can say. Like, either you liked what it did, what it chose to do in regards to having, like, a really, like, jam-packed, you know, screenplay full of, like, non-stop nonsense, or you don't. And, there's just not too much you can say about, like, characterization and plot and stuff, because there's just not much to go on, you know? I do have some interesting thoughts about, like, Bowser and Bowser Jr.'s relationship, though. I think that's the most interesting thing I can say. Which, their relationship is, like, the polar opposite of how it is in the games, but... Taken in isolation... I couldn't even see where the stupid planks ended, dude! Taken in isolation, it's interesting for, like, what it is. Where am I in relation to, like, where that bonus was? Oh, it's here. Okay, let's try it again. What other Nintendo games do I like? I am a big Zelda fan. I've played every single mainline Zelda game at this point. Hang on a second, this bonus is gonna kill me if I'm not paying attention. I feel like I don't actually talk about Zelda that much, but I love Zelda. Oh my Jesus Christ! The timing on this is so tight for, like, also how challenging it is. What the hell? Anyway. The only mainline Zelda games, I have not technically ever beaten Breath of the Wild. I have beaten Tears of the Kingdom. I, like, did everything in Tears of the Kingdom, but I have never, like, actually finished the story of Breath of the Wild. I need to do that someday. I don't care, Diddy, sorry. And I have never played Skyward Sword. I've watched... When Skyward Sword came out, me and Victor had just, like, we had just barely started dating. Because, like, we were pretty new as a couple. And I watched him play the whole thing. But I have never, like... I don't think I've ever touched Skyward Sword for more than, like, a few minutes. Someday I'll play it, but I've never, like, played it myself. And yeah, when I say mainline Zelda games, I'm just like, I'm not counting like Hyrule Warriors or like Link's crossbow training or Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land or whatever. And there is, some people will say like the Oracle games aren't mainline, they weren't even made by like Nintendo really, but I would count them. I pretty much like all Nintendo franchises, really. There's, like, not really any main Nintendo franchises that are, like, represented in Smash Bros. Or whatever that I have no experience with. Kind of dabbled in pretty much everything. I finally feel like I might be getting into a groove. We might... come on, man! I didn't know how to... That was like a fucking quick time event. I didn't even realize I had landed on a flitter for... I didn't know what was going on. Anyway, I might actually beat one level today while I'm playing this. Let's go. I can't wait to get back to, like, proper platforming. Not that the platforming in this game feels great, but it's gonna be such a breath of fresh air to get back to actual platforming instead of being stuck in, like, fucking barrel hell. Like, Jesus Christ, I've never been in so many barrels in a row in my life. I swear this is longer than, like, the SNES one. Okay, I don't think I found the DK coin, but whatever. We'll find that some other day. Get me out of here. My Metroid experience, I've played Super Metroid, Metroid Prime, which is like... Metroid Prime's one of my favorite GameCube games. It's... I love Metroid Prime. And I played Metroid Prime 3, but I don't remember... I know I played it, but I swear I remember, like, nothing about that game. And I haven't played Metroid Prime 2. I want to, but I do love the first one. And then I've played Metroid Fusion. I streamed that like a while back. And I've played Metroid, the 3DS remake of Metroid 2, Return of Samus, whatever that one's called. But I didn't finish it. I like got to the end. I was playing it on like a trip to go home and visit my family, and I almost finished it while I was on that trip, but then when I got back, I just, like, never went back to it. And I think that's it. There we go. Yeah, there's a streamer I know who played Metroid Prime 2 and he hated it, but, you know, I don't agree with a lot of his opinions anyway, and he compared it to Banjo-Tooie, because he hates Banjo-Tooie, and that's how I knew whenever I get around to playing Metroid Prime 2, I will love it. There was another bonus in this level too? God fucking Shit! It's gotta be like you shoot yourself some random ass direction. It's like, oh, here's a bonus. I don't know how I'm ever gonna find that. I'm gonna have to like go back and spend like 3 hours in this level at some point in the future. Why did I want to 100% this game? I do like video games. I like a video game or two. Okay, Rickety Race is my favorite level in the original game, so this better live up to it, you know? I got some high expectations here. It doesn't have the, like, you go backwards fast speed bonus, so that's already a negative. But we'll see. There's me. There's fewer clanks in this level, though, so that's also a little bit of a... Dude, I'm booty bumping the hell out of this guy. He's too good. Alright, see ya. I'm I don't know what happened there. I'm glad to hear this music, though. It sounds nice. It sounds nice in the Game Boy. Oh, the other streamer with questionable opinions on games. He likes certain games. I don't know, there's a lot of streamers out there who... I don't know, like... They can be pretty negative and purposefully tend to play games that they know that they're not going to like because they know that their audience is going to be entertained by them getting mad and complaining about stuff. That's not really my speed, either as a streamer or as a viewer. I really actually don't like watching someone play a game that they're just going to get mad at. It just feels... Why am I so far at the front of the screen? Hello? It just feels like really awkward. It's like vicariously awkward to watch someone play a game that they're just like mad at. What? I've never been a fan of that sort of thing. I guess if it's like a notoriously bad game that pretty much everybody in the world agrees is bad, like Superman 64 or something, that could be entertaining. Because I don't think anyone's gonna, like, take it personally, but if it is a game that it's at least, like, contentious and, you know, it has its fans or whatever, and just, like, watching someone play it and just, like, shit on it the whole time just makes me feel bad, you know? That's why I'm trying to be positive about Donkey Kong Land 2. Even I fall in this is the hole. I fall in this hole like every single time. Well, okay, that time I fell in like the first hole. Playing this game is like, I guess... Okay, because I'm trying to jump on him. I need to not jump on him. I need to just let him go. Just... I'll catch up to him later. Playing this game is like, I guess what it feels like for someone who is less familiar with Donkey Kong Country 2 to play that game. Because this controls like... Well, here's the problem with it. It controls like pretty similarly to this NES counterpart, actually. But the problem is that, like, you can't see shit, because the screen is smaller, and the camera, like, jumps all around with you in a way that's almost, like, kinda nauseating. It's like being on an actual roller coaster. And, you know, I just don't know what's coming up. Dude, I jumped over the hole by jumping on his head. Let's go. What the hell? No, I need to get up there! No, are you no way, dude! Come on! How do I even get the momentum to get up there? Like, you hit the zinger and your momentum dies and you just can't... Like, I didn't know that was coming! Who puts a B at the end of the roller coaster? That's fucked up. Alright. Dixie, it's your turn. You get to do it this time. She might be using a little bit too much hair product, because her hair is like, you know, I feel like it's not flowing as much as you would expect when you're on like a high-speed roller coaster. A little bit, but you know, it's a little more stiff than you might think. Ah, the hole, dude! You know, I was actually, one of my viewers recently was playing Donkey Kong Country 2 for the first time, and he said that he thought the skulls looked like rats. Like, he was like, what are the, like, you know, roller coaster cars supposed to be? And I was like, they're skulls. And he's like, yeah, but skulls of what? And I was like, I don't know. I never really thought about it. I guess I always just kind of assumed they were supposed to be, like, primate skulls, because that seems like what the Kremlings would have. But they don't necessarily really, I don't know. It's kind of dubious, you know? Dude, I really went for that one. We are spending more time in Crazy Kremland than Michael Teitelbaum did. He would be so proud of me, I guess. They should have made a Donkey Kong Land 2 novelization where it's just the exact same book, except it's, like, worse somehow. It's... You know those books that you might get as a kid that, like, had this, like, sound thing on the side and you, like, press the buttons and it would play different songs and sounds and stuff? It's just that, but, like, all of the buttons just have a picture of Lockjaw on it, and they're all just Lockjaw Saga. Also, does this level have, like, bonuses in it? I assume the coin you get at the end if you come in first place. Which I might not do. Okay, I need to, like, not jump off there, because it's clearly not a safe thing to do. I had, like, a Muppets one. Reminder that I don't think there's any cutlasses in this game, like, proper cutlasses, just these guys. They're all having a day at the theme park. They're putting their swords away. They're not allowed to take their swords on the roller coaster. You know, like, those, like, little lockers or things they have where you have to put your stuff before going on the roller coaster? It's just, like, full of swords right now. Okay, let's not, like, take any, like, stupid jumps from, like, the top of a hill. I think I get tempted to do that, because, like, in the speedrun, that's, like, what you want to do. Okay, I jumped over the zinger! Let's go! I got my prize! Let's go! We did it! Alright, and that's... There's no bonuses, we did it. Alright, I'm gonna go... I gotta save after, like, every single level. 37%, boy. We got a long-ass way to go. Oh, yeah, Bramble Scramble is here. Okay, so they just condensed all of the Bramble levels into this really big, thick thicket of brambles. Really putting the thick in thicket. 37 will be, you know, the meme in, like, a few years, I'm sure. Eventually, like, humanity will work through all the numbers. At least, you know, everything from, like, 1 to 100 probably will be a meme at some point. For some reason. I'm gonna go down here because I don't know which way I'm supposed to actually go. Rip. Oh, this is just where the K is. Okay. That's a lot of work for that letter. Ah! The zinger does not go very far that direction. Okay. Yeah, like, you know, on the surface, this is a pretty impressive, like, recreation of the systems that make Donkey Kong Country 2 work. But the level design just feels a little gratuitous sometimes. Okay, did we, like, fully explore this direction? Okay, this is the... There's a lot of dead ends in this level. And one of them's gonna have a bonus, but so far they've all just had, like, junk, you know? I guess coins aren't junk. I need those for all of the saving I'm doing. I jumped too high. There was a bee there. Ah! Okay. There's bugs in every direction. So you just gotta take it so slow in this game, because you don't know what awaits you below you. Okay, there we go. Squawks! Just a mysterious banana. I just bought some bananas when I was out and ran by the grocery store on my way back home. Gotta keep stocked up, you know. Frack! Hi, Rainbow. You know what? We have some rainbow sprinkles right now, like, in our house. Kind of a weird and sad story on how we got rainbow sprinkles, because normally not a thing that we would keep stocked, but Victor's been putting them on his ice cream. So how am I supposed to, like, actually get over there? Like, am I just supposed to jump over this, like, hump, I guess? Ah! The frickin'... Alright. Yeah, I was using the, like, golden banana peel badge everywhere, and then I switched it to the Ditto when I got that one, but... I want to switch it back to the banana. It's more me, you know, I love the Ditto, but... Also, at a small size, the Ditto kind of just looks like a, you know, like some chewed gum or something. It just looks like a blob. Well, I don't want to talk about the actual reason why we have rainbow sprinkles, because it actually is depressing, but... You may wonder how it can possibly be depressing, but it is. Morning, Yellow Pikachu. I'll probably do Snide Sunday with Victor tomorrow, by the way. But... depends. These two... what is the... I feel like I just gotta, like... I was gonna do the helicopter twirl down, but... Oh, okay, there's brambles on that side, but, like, not on the other side. Alright, alright. I think this is gonna be, like, the least productive episode of the chronology ever, like, in terms of actually accomplishing things. Right, that's just the K down there. What? Did the guy respawn? No, he got back up. That's how they work. But I was confused. Okay. I'm going to see a play tonight, you know. Last weekend, the Mario Galaxy movie. This weekend, theater. I'm a person of many interests when it comes to the things that the media that I partake in. It's like a mutually assured destruction. We're about to hit our first break, and I've gotten through 2 levels. And, you know what? I didn't even full complete one of them. Jesus! Okay. That's, like, so hard without Dixie. Yeah. I'm excited when you're gonna get to King of Swing, which is gonna be a long time for now, but the sprites in that game are really good. There's a thing that I've always talked about with, like, you know, the Donkey Kong series, the modern Donkey Kong series, from Donkey Kong Country onwards, which is... these characters have pretty much, like, always exclusively existed in, like, 3D renders. You know, which at the time was, like, super groundbreaking. Instead of them being 2D characters, they were, you know, 3D pre-rendered characters. But these days, when, you know, most characters are in 3D most of the time, it's less special. And then you look back and then you realize, like, you know, like, that's why that, like, 2D art of K. Rool and Bonanza was so cool, because it's like, you've rarely seen him, like, just drawn in 2D in, like, an official capacity. Okay, thank goodness. Whatever. The bonus hit, bonus, please, bonus. God, why are there so many zingers? Stop it. Ha! This just goes on forever. This is ridiculous. I don't know if this is the way I'm supposed to go. I guess it was. I don't know. I figured going back the other direction was the way I was supposed to actually, like, progress, but I'm scared now, because did I even hit, like, a halfway point? I feel like I might have missed it or something. What was the point of it? What was the point of any of it? There's a bonus! Okay, hold on, hold on. How do I get over there? How do I get up there? How? Was there like a flitter or something that's... Am I supposed to be able to like awkwardly jump from... Okay, hold on. There we... Ah! Okay. This feels so like upsetting. Okay. Oh! Jesus. I have to be really, really careful jumping off of these vines because it's so easy to, like, jump too high and jump into the bramble roof above, so... Oh god, I feel I am not making good time. Ah! Okay. Hopefully I can try this again. Oh, I have to do the same, like, awkward-ass jump. Okay, there has to be some, like, good routing I can do here. I don't know. It's like, I'm gonna jump across and get all the bottom ones at once. I don't know. Frick! I feel like the jump height is locked. I don't know. Well, I can mess around with it a little bit, but... Okay, let's just... We'll go make sure we get all the ones on each... vertical. We don't want to go too low, because then we'll fall off, which is what keeps happening to me. Okay, it's like... Yeah, like, okay, the thing is... So if I tap it, I still jump, like, really high. And if I hold it, I jump even higher. But, like, even the smallest tap, like, look at how high you jump even with, like, a small tap of the button. So, like... Diddy and... Oh my god, this is the halfway point?! I thought I must have missed it for sure, but we're only reaching it now. God. Anyway, Diddy and Dixie just can't help themselves, I guess. They're crazy jumpers. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice that that just let out on the brambles. Okay, there has to be a bonus up here, like the coin, maybe. There we go. I truly hope that's it. I hope that there's not another bonus, because a lot of these levels only have one, but I mean, some of them have two. And, Rickety Race has 0, I guess. Clipped it. Oh, I gotta just make it to that barrel, please. Shit! Okay, I got all the bonuses though, so that's good to know. I don't have to keep looking. See, you try to do a short hop just to get the barrel. You jump so goddamn high, you jump directly into the brambles above you. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. What's up? I'm quiet? No, I'm not. What? At that moment, I was quiet. Victor came to check on me. I'm angry for myself as well. I am getting progressively more locked in, though. This is the end of the level, like, no, soon, right? It's gotta be soon. I just feel like I probably missed something back in that mess of vines and stuff, but... Well, no, I got all the bonuses, so whatever. Ah! I fucking noticed it as soon as I dropped off. As soon as I dropped off. There's a lot of vines in this that just, like, let out onto the brambles. Like, you can't just assume that you're going to have safe ground below you, you know? That's on me. Speaking of which, but thankfully I was invincible. And the vine was like, hey, you seeing this shit? And I was like, no. Everything is just blue. Of course, if we had the Super Game Boy on, everything would just be like green. It wouldn't be that much better. It wouldn't be really better at all. Dude, are they gonna have Screech's sprint in this? I don't remember. I swear, like, I didn't even touch that. Like, I don't know what part of Squawks was supposed to have touched that bramble, supposedly, but he had a feather sticking out awkwardly that, you know, come out off his ass or something. Okay, this one I've learned by now. I don't know, everything in this game is harder, so I feel like it would be even more intense. It would be like Screech's, like, speed of sound, like, rush. I don't know what you even call it. What's like faster than a sprint? Yeah, honestly, because everything feels longer in this game, too. Screech's Marathon is a good one. Oh yeah, we're about to hit ads, by the way. I'll try to snooze them. I actually need to take a bathroom break already. This game makes me have to pee, I guess. I went before we started, but I already have to go again. There's just so many bugs on screen right now. It's an infestation. Okay, I'm smarter now. Oh, I was at the end. I was at the end, but I just fell onto the brambles because, you know. Oh, jeez. At least you don't have to go back in there. Okay, I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna take a little break. So it's not really a remake. It has, like, all the same levels, pretty much, but their layouts are different. So it's kind of a remake. It's kind of a remake, but not really. It's like if they took all the concepts for the levels, but made them bad. But it is by far the least original out of the Land games, like with Donkey Kong Land being extremely different from Donkey Kong Country, and Donkey Kong Land 3 at least being, you know, somewhat different from Donkey Kong Country 3. And this one is the most similar out of them. Where am I going? Oh, not Mudhole Marsh, man. Okay, anyway, see you in a few minutes. I was muted. I was muted. I was muted. Okay. Just as soon as I started my break, I checked my phone, and like the second I checked my phone, I saw a text pop up right at that moment that said Shadow's ready for pickup. Like, the moment I started my break, they texted me, and so I gotta go pick up Shadow from the groomer. So my time limit was actually very short because normally they only took like an hour and a half today, and normally they take like several hours, but I will be back. But the thing is I have to go now, and it's a bit of a drive, so, you know, it's not just like I gotta pop over and pick them up and come right back. It's a bit of a distance away. I will be back, but it's gonna be in like 45 minutes to an hour from now, and then I'll play a little bit more, and then when I upload this to YouTube, I will stick both the streams together, but, you know, I don't want to just stream for an hour today, but I do have to go right now, so I will be back in a bit, and then, you know, I can't stream super late because I do have to go to the theater tonight, so... but I will stream a little bit more, but you're gonna have a break in between. So, yeah, I should just, like, leave the stream up, but, like, put a video on. I don't know. You can watch DK Vine's lore tour on Kremlantis. That's good. That's, like, it's, like, 30 minutes long or something. No, I'll go. But I think when I get back, what I might do is maybe spend the rest of today trying to go back to some previous levels and do some cleanup and try to find bonuses and stuff, so that I know that when we are making forward progress, I don't have those other levels where I've not fully completed them, like, looming in the back of my mind. So maybe that's what I'll do for the rest of the time when I get back, but we'll see. And yeah, we'll be back soon-ish, but yeah, awkward timing today, but I just really wanted to try and knock some more of this game out. So, wow, in this stream we made, like, I don't know, 3 whole levels of progress? Awesome. I'm gonna go... I think I saved already, but what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make a suspend point, just in case. And then I'm gonna pick right back here. But yeah, I will see you later. Leave the stream up. Or just pay attention to my Discord or whatever. But yeah, see you in a bit. I gotta go. Bye. Ah, here we go. That's sweet, sweet Game Boy music. Alright, time for the mud hole. I thought, like, something was in the water, but it's just, like, the bubble. I hope everybody had a good last, you know, hour or so. You know, I gotta say, I gotta pat myself on the back for this one. I said I'd be back, like, 45 minutes to an hour. I think that was true. It was not later than anticipated this time. It was a nice, smooth, you know, went over, got Shadow, came back. Done. By the way, I noticed something when I was like replaying this, which I'm pretty sure in Donkey Kong Country 2, if you go all the way to the bottom, like there's like this lily pad thing at the bottom of these cattails, and you can't like go directly into the swamp. But here, if I was to go down here, I would fall like into the swamp water, because I did that when I was replaying like Crockhead Clamber or something. Professor Cops. That's Pikelet from Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. I wonder if they're related. That was a lot of bug bouncing. Oh right, the weird yeah, this is Mudhole Marsh, alright. I'm getting dive bombed by like 500 Neckies. Or Neeks, as they are sometimes known. Okay, I don't know why I thought ducking would make me safe there. It didn't work. At least I'm getting coins in this level. I gotta put my hair back a little bit so you can see my boy. That little red bird, indeed. They have like a red bandana on, so they're kind of red birds. Ah! Alright, I'm gonna try to bust this open. Alright. That time it only took one. A lot of these treasure chests, you have to like hit them like 5 times to get them open. That may be a slight exaggeration, but at least like 3 times or so. I will say, I don't think we've heard Lockjaw Saga once today. All of these levels, this is why Crazy Kremland is the best. So far, fewer, like, actual pirate-themed levels, which you'd think would be a bad thing, but in this game, that means less Lockjaw Saga and more other music. Oh, hey, let's go. Hey, Dreamer. Ugh. What? It's... grabbing onto things in this game is, like, weird. Oh, I need to get the bonus again. Where was it? Where was it? I don't remember. I'm gonna run out of lives. Oh. Alright. Man, I just want to say... So when I was driving to both drop Shadow off and pick him up today, I was catching up on the, like, conversation episode about the Mario movie because I hadn't listened to it yet. So I'm almost at the end of it now. But they were talking about like some of the hyperbolic critical receptions of the game. And I was just thinking, like, you know, it's been recognized for a long time now that like on the internet it's a thing where something is either like really good or it's like really bad and there's like no in between. People either say something is like peak or it's slop, you know? Like it's either like this is awesome or it's like the fucking worst thing and it ruined my life and my childhood. But, you know, I always kind of just thought, you know, that's like people on the internet talk that way. Whatever, people are trying to get engagement or whatever, but I feel like recently it's even kind of bled into like people who do it professionally, right? Like professional movie critics or game critics or whatever are more apt to do that sort of thing these days. I don't know, it's like it's just kind of sucks. Like sometimes something can just be kind of bad, but not like the worst thing ever that like made you like shit your pants in anger. I just feel like doesn't it I should watch where I'm going. Doesn't it get like exhausting being so hyperbolic all the time? Like sometimes don't you want to just chill out and be like, yeah, it was like okay, I don't know. I don't have the energy to either be at like 0 or 10 all the time, you know? Yeah, that one and the one where they said it was like worse than if AI had made it, that's like just so insulting. I mean, say what you will about the quality of the writing or whatever, but like the animation, I did the same thing. Like the animation in the movie is like top notch, and the music is great, and like AI obviously could not add all of those like human touches, and it's, I don't know, it's like you can hate it, but you don't have to be like an asshole about it, you know? I don't know. Well, I do have a hairbrush that I keep down here. It's my bell brush. And then I have one that I keep upstairs, and I have one that I keep in my purse. So I do have multiple hairbrushes that I keep on hand because my hair is so long. So I try to keep one within fucking easy reach at all times. That's my first game over of the day. See, this game makes me angry, but I'm not gonna say it's the worst thing ever. Because it has my favorite character of all time in it, so I can't really be too mad about it. It's especially insulting because literally at the end of the Mario Galaxy movie, in the credits, there's a disclaimer that says, like, do not use this movie to train AI. So, like, the animators were very against it. And so to say that, like, AI could be better than their work is just, like, unnecessarily, like, asshole-ish, you know? But I don't know, it just feels like no one's immune from that, like, clickbait economy where you have to try to say something, like, outrageous just to get people mad at you, just to, get people to, like, look at your opinions. You know what? I would even say that no matter how shitty those reviews are, you know, I will be the bigger person and say at least a human wrote them, and it's a real, authentic, terrible human opinion. Sometimes humans have opinions that are so bad, like AI could never even approach it, you know? Like, only a human could have an opinion this wrong. I love how you can just sort of, like, punch the clingers off in this game. Like, you can just kind of, like, knock them off from the side. It's like... And I kind of have to do it here, because otherwise... But it's a little tricky, because, like, I don't know. If you hit them at the wrong spot, they'll hurt you. But if you hit them at the right spot, you can just, like, fling them out of there. Yeah, human opinion slop. Ah! I gotta say, this Mudhole Marsh is going to have one thing up on the original, which is that there is no, like, prizes on the goalpost in this game, so we know that the coin isn't going to be there. God, I was thinking about this the other day before I even... What? This has crockhead clamber elements? Okay. Before I even, like, started playing this again, I just randomly thought about, like, how hellish Web Woods is going to be in this game, because of the way Squitter works. You just imagine me, like, sitting there peacefully, like, no thoughts in my head, and then, like, one fear, Web Woods and Donkey Kong Land 2, just comes out of nowhere. It's pretty much how it was. Was this to destroy them all? I hope not, because I don't know. Heh. I can't get back in there, because of... Oh! Okay! We take those. I'm gonna have to backtrack to the barrel. I mean, the cannonball, I guess. Cannons, balls. I enjoy them. God, it's all the way back here. Indeed. I guess they just put those zingers there to prevent you from doing literally exactly what I just did. Which you can still do it, but you gotta be careful about it. Alright. I'm just... Yeah. Not a great idea. I don't know where I was going. I was just jumping on top of him. Now that's crazy. It is violent, but it's not that violent. You really can't see what's under you in this game. I'm not gonna worry about the cannonball this time, because it does kind of weigh me down. Although it was nice to get rid of that zinger! Jesus. Okay. This is random Clomp just clomping around over there. See ya. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep as low to the ground as possible so I can actually see, like, the platforms and stuff. That doesn't really help that much. Oh, we made it! Ng! That's how I feel when I get to the end of this level. I'm like, ng! Alright, every time we're gonna go back and save. Now I did say, how do I only have 1 coin? Because I got a game over. Uh-oh. I gotta get some coins. I did say I was thinking about, like, going back and, like, going to earlier levels and trying to get the bonuses I missed and stuff, but maybe once we get through this world, we can do that. I kind of just want to at least finish off this area. There's a coin, right? No, that's just a banana. Where am I supposed to get coins? Also, I don't know how you're supposed to get up there unless you backtrack all the way there with Squitter. I think what I did before is I just, like, damage boosted. Or the invincibility, that's it. That's it. Still, I think I just damage boosted before. How far do I have to go before I find, like, a single coin? I'm going to just, go elsewhere. There probably was one just, like, right, you know, like the guy digging for my diamonds meme. There probably was one just, like, right past. This is not a safe level to be doing this. You know what? Okay, I think there were some, like, early on here, which, you know, this is a spicy level to be trying this with, but I think there were at least, like, a coin up here or something. I just want to save my game. There it is. Alright. %. Almost getting close to halfway there. Also, where's Clubba? Like, he's supposed to be in this game. I don't think I've seen him yet. Does he just not show up until, like, the end of the game or something? Yeah, and they're also just, like, referred to as cutlasses in the manual, but I don't think there's any actual cutlasses in this game with their actual cutlasses. It's like I was saying earlier, they've stored all of their cutlasses on, like, the lockers before the roller coaster. Yeah. By the way, I'm gonna let you guys know this now because I'm already excited about it. But after we finish Donkey Kong Land 2, there'll probably be some stuff to look at. I don't know. I haven't even really looked into it yet. I assume there's, like, some Nintendo Power coverage for this game that would be worth looking at. And some strategy guides or something. But once we're done with all that, before we move on to Chapter 3, which is going to be about Donkey Kong Country 3 and Donkey Kong Land 3, I want to have like an entire episode that is basically just sort of like an interactive podcast on my end. Like, I want to have a whole episode where I'm not playing a game, we're not looking at anything in particular, but it's just going to be like me giving my thoughts on the project so far and any questions that you have or discussion points that you want to bring up, anything you want to talk about as an audience. I think that's going to be really fun. And I might do this at the end of like every chapter. I should have done it at the end before we moved on to DKC2, but I didn't think about it, and now I've thought about it and I want to do it. I think it would be good as like a little summary so we can sort of discuss everything that's happened so far. And here's another thing. So you know how I'm dividing this project up into chapters? I originally wanted to combine DKC3 all the way through DK64 as like its own chapter because the chapters are supposed to be like kind of thematic and like I feel like DKC3 and DK64 are similar tonally. And they sort of had similar people working on them as well. But then I thought about how many episodes are going to be just dedicated to Donkey Kong 64 on its own. It's probably going to be like 10 episodes just getting through that game when I actually have a chance to take that game slowly and talk about everything in it. It's gonna be a lot, so I was like, it should definitely just be its own thing. Do I? Okay. I can't take my ball up here. Oh, there's a ball. Alright. This is awkward. Where'd my ball go? It's gone. Anyway. Let's try that again. But, here's my question. So, between Donkey Kong Country 3 and Donkey Kong Land 3 and DK64 is another game, which is called Diddy Kong Racing. And that's gonna be a big thing. And I don't know, I don't want that to be like its own chapter because I think it's silly to make that its own chapter in the Kremling Kronology when it's like just Crunch really, but like, I mean, maybe it kind of is because like, it's the first time a Kremling was playable, so like maybe it is kind of a big deal. Which way am I going? Am I supposed to be going down here? I guess. But say I don't make it its own chapter. I'm trying to decide if that fits in more closely as part of the DKC3 chapter, as like a epilogue to DKC3, or if it's like a prologue to DK64. I kind of feel like it fits in more with DK64, not only because it's like a, you know, N64 game, but because Crunch is like a DK64 style critter. They ended up basing like the way critters look in DK64 off of him. So actually, someone commented on one of my YouTube videos today and said that there was some kind of like novelization of DK64, sort of, that it was like half novelization, half strategy guide. I don't know if it was official. I don't know what this person was talking about because I like just saw this comment and I didn't have time to look into it. So I have to I have no idea what they're talking about, but I gotta look into it now. Bruh. When do I get to the Rambi part of Rambi Rumble? Also, I've once again lost the plot on which direction I'm actually going. I could just be backtracking right now. I think I might be, I don't know. Okay, I think I came from, like, above, so I need to be going this way. Yeah, well, Crunch and that one other Kremling, who is also visible in DK64, I mean, Diddy Kong Racing. Diddy Kong Racing DS. Sorry, that title was struggling to get out of my mouth because that's a lot. Diddy Kong Racing DS actually has the other Kremling in the cutscene that looks just like Crunch. I mean, most critters look the same, so I guess it's not surprising. In fact, I think you can see him in this helpful emote from my friend Giga7K. No, you can't see the other Kremling, but he is just off screen in this cutscene. You would be able to see him. All right. Ah! This level is like really getting to me. I don't know why, but it is. It's getting to me more than Mudhole did. I knew it. I knew... You... Ah! Sorry. Do I, like... Oh, I see. You are supposed to jump over that zinger and just... But then you get immediately attacked. Okay, this time I'm aware. It goes down so low, like... Okay, so you're supposed to jump on the other wall, I see. There's another wall over there. I didn't even notice there was another wall before. Okay, this might be a PB for this level. On my last life, I could die at it. Where is fucking Rambi? Look, I know in the original you don't get to him till like halfway in the level, but like, there we go. Sheesh. But is there even a giant bee? Okay, I've gotta be real cautious here. I don't think there's any bonuses in this game that are like, you break open the wall or anything like that, so... Watch there be, like, one. I don't think this game had, like, breaking open the wall technology. I don't think they managed to, like, figure that out on the Game Boy, you know? I gotta go so slow in this level, or really all the levels, because you just never know what's coming up. You don't know what's before you, you don't know what's under you. I bet there was like something over there, and I needed to keep bouncing. It's probably too late now, but... There's a G. I got a life! There was also something up there, which is also... God, I got 2 lives! Wow, things are really turning around all of a sudden. Okay, well I definitely know there was like some stuff right there at the end, which I missed and I have no way to get back to right now. Alright, what is King Zing gonna be like in this game? Will he give me 2 free coins? That's the question. All I know is that I do need to save before... Because if I win, I will, I think, just go to the next area, and I'm not sure if in this game I'll have the choice to go back to this one or not. So I don't want to be, like, trapped in a new world without the ability to save my progress or go anywhere. Also, maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like the whole thing where Funky and Wrinkly were, like, indistinguishable, I think it's, like, less pronounced of a thing in this color scheme. Like, yes, they do kind of both look the same, and it still looks like Wrinkly is wearing sunglasses, but maybe I've just learned to tell them apart better. I feel like they are more distinguishable in this particular palette for whatever reason. They're more natural, like, monkey palette. It's like, ah, yes, now I recognize them. Yeah, the clamp-on just, like, stares directly at you as it, like, flies off screen. I noticed that, too. It's pretty good. Here we go. Back to Crocodile Cacophony. No spikes. Otherwise, pretty similar, I guess. Where'd he go? There, oh, there he is. Hello. I feel like he might be a little bit easier to hit, like they might have made the hitbox a little more forgiving to make up for, like, how much harder it is to see him, but maybe I'm just that good, I don't know. What's he doing? Oh, he's pooping out babies! He poops out babies in this one, I see. That's interesting. I think I hit him, I don't know, he's flashing. It seems like... Okay. Bruh. I don't want to do this right now. Okay. Let's go back and, like I was saying, let's maybe go to some previous... Go get that Rool, he just ain't cool. Actually he is. We haven't been to Funky at all, I don't think, so we haven't heard this 8-bit version of his song. Also, he has, like, a giant clock on top of his... Is that a giant clock? Or is it like a satellite dish? I'm not really sure what that is. Alright, I'll come back with some money. Yeah, just a wasp giving live birth. There's just some interesting biological things going on with the zingers, you know? It's really the best place I have to get a coin, this frickin' one at the beginning. It's the most reliable place that I know of. The King Zing is giving birth to, like, fully grown zingers. I have some friends that have cats, and they have these, they've set up all sorts of stuff in their house for, like, the cats to, like, play in and stuff. But one thing that they have is, attached to the wall, they have these, like, hexagon things, and the cats can, like, go inside the hexagons and just sort of, like, be there watching you. And, every time I see that, like, if they post a picture or something, it reminds me of, like, the little zinger larvae from the honeycomb levels, just looking out of their honeycombs at you. Alright. It looks like we've done so little in this game. It's like, oh yeah, we've only beaten 2 worlds besides the one that we're on. But you have to remember that Crim Cauldron is Crocodile Cauldron and Crim Key put together, so it's like 2 worlds at once. I don't think we fully... Oh, we missed a coin here. So we gotta go back and find wherever that is. It's in Lockjaw's locker! Wow! How appropriate. We hadn't heard the music yet today. Also, the way... This makes it seem like there is both a bonus and a DK coin in Crow's Nest, but we have only gotten the bonus. But I don't think there's either. In fact, I don't even think you get, like, a Crim coin for beating him. As we established last time, it's just, like, a banana coin. So I don't know why they have an exclamation mark, but whatever. It kinda does. Maybe Funky is getting ready for his, like, military man arc, and he's, he's getting a little more serious, you know? Anyway, it's the song, everybody! Okay, so there is something back over this direction, but we can't get there from up there, so I guess we have to go some kind of long aquatic way. Oh, up here? That's nice. Okay, on guard does make navigating and swimming easier, at least. Makes it a lot faster. I found it! It's just that easy. It's just that easy, folks. Okay, we can get out of here. But I have to get another coin, because I think I only got one coin. I found one, like, right at the beginning here, right? Yeah, I just have to, like, swim up and around. I couldn't tell you where that DK coin was. If you asked me to describe how I found that, like, someone was playing this game, they're like, oh, where's the DK coin? I'd be like, I don't know, man. I swam into a box somewhere. I don't know, man. Just swim up against the wall everywhere. Okay, well, that was easy. Now I gotta go to all, like, 15 levels that are in here and go through them. Alright, hothead hop. See, like I said, it's blue. It doesn't really, like, make sense it's a lava level, but it's easier to look at. We get Squitter in this one, you know, like in the original, I believe, so I'm betting the DK coin has something to do with Squitter, and I just missed it the first time. There he is. Alright, time for the, most awkward controls. I'm just gonna assume it was, nothing's back that way. Although the sad thing is that this not being orange means that the ground no longer looks like pizza crust. I guess like frozen pizza crust, maybe. Classic. Yeah, I think you said that last time, Andre. So I've made things even more dangerous, actually. Now I gotta make sure to save before I lose all my lives. I don't want to have to go back and find that coin again, even though it wasn't too far into the level. You know, I wouldn't be able to find it again as quickly. I guess I skipped past where Squitter is. You know what, I bet the coin is like up here. Or something. There's like an arrow. I bet if I just keep going up that way. I wonder if that's what happened to me last time, is I like lost Squitter, and then because I like... Oh, it's up there. Okay. It's like right after you get him. I see. See, if I hadn't had to backtrack, I don't know if I would have seen that. Alright. let's go save. Then we gotta go see Canon's claim, in which Canon is there, but only at the very end. I'd love to get to 50% on this game tonight, you know? I like that. You know, I can't think of a game level that is set on a pizza, which is kind of surprising. You'd think that, like, you know, I think of, like, food-themed levels and stuff. But I feel like a level set, like, on a pizza specifically, where the cheese is, like, the really hot lava and you're, like, jumping from pepperoni to pepperoni, that probably exists. But I can't think... Is that, like, in Pizza Tower or something? I haven't played Pizza Tower. Eats a pizza in Mario Party, where you're eating a giant pizza, is, like, the closest thing I can think of. He's very proud of his claim, by which we mean his nips. Actually, hold on. I need to... Yes, the coin. I was reminding myself of what I'm actually looking for here, because... Not the bonuses. If I see a bonus barrel, I can just be like, fuck you. So the problem with this level and levels like it is just so much verticality, and it's going to be difficult to, like, cover all the space where a coin could be hiding. Okay, that was almost a disaster. Convenient. Not convenient. Anything down here? The O. I feel like I just skipped past this suspiciously. There's stuff down there. It's pulling a Donkey Kong Land on me appropriately enough. you cheated on me? It's okay. I'll still take you back, you know. I see it! I see it! Alright. Out of here. I don't think my percentage went up at all from just getting that coin, but, you know. Alright, Lava Lagoon, looking for not the coin, but some bonuses. At least one. Yeah, those are some of the other more interesting nipples in gaming for sure. I wonder if rock crocs also have like rock hard nips. You don't see them. But you know, maybe if they ever brought them back in a future game, they would have them. Gorons are a lot like Kremlings when you think about it. Their biology is mysterious. They have nips. They seem to be like 98% masculine, and it makes you kind of wonder sometimes about like how they reproduce and stuff. Anyway, I'm probably going to get another game over soon. But at least I've been saving. This level is just very annoying because you're kind of limited on your exploration since you have a time limit of how long you can spend in the water, so I have to keep going in and out. There's on guard down there. Dude on guard is cooked! Fun fact, there's not a... Okay, you can press start. I was gonna say, there's not a way to skip the game over. You have to watch it every time. I like how it says I've only spent, like an hour and 50 minutes because this is the specific version that I had to recreate where I rushed through it, so... I definitely have spent a lot more time on this game than that. I don't want to go back into Lava Lagoon, but I should just buckle down and work my way through all the levels now that I've, you know, not fully completed. So let's do it. Nippos. I think that's just a Scoff from DK64. He's a Nippo. I really didn't know what to do to get out of that one. Yes, Diver. My cartridge turns out that it cannot hold a save for longer than a few minutes, so I had to recreate everything I had done last time. But it wasn't too bad. I don't like that I had to do it, but it wasn't too bad. But yes, I even very accurately represented all the levels where I had found the bonuses and one where I hadn't, you know, like I was skimming through my stream to make sure I got it right. So I didn't just get back to where I was, I got back to where I was with the exact same amount of, like, bonuses and coins and stuff that I had found. This sucks. Looking for bonuses in this level is so bad. I do like the way On Guard looks, like, just directly at the screen when he dies, though. Look, I gotta put in the playtime, so whatever, if Nintendo is using some kind of, you know, data like collection to know what people are playing on the Nintendo Switch Online service. They'll know I was playing Donkey Kong Land too, so they'll know the people want more Squitter and such things. See, Nintendo doesn't know if I'm just playing Donkey Kong Land 2 on my Super Game Boy actual cartridge, but now they could know, maybe, that I'm playing this. See, I feel like there's gotta be something down here. It just goes on. There's some bananas. Awesome. They're making like the Donkey Kong Land version of Bonanza. It's kind of funny because, like, obviously the Switch and the Switch 2 are just handhelds now, so you don't have to make, like, a separate handheld version. Like, Bonanza is the handheld version of Bonanza. But they just make, like, a Game Boy version of it for some reason that's just, like... I would love to see how ripping apart the ground technology would work in a game like this. You know, it's funny that both of my, like, Game of the Years for this year and the year... Now, you may say, Courtney, how do you know what your Game of the Year for this year is gonna be already? It's only April. But it's gonna be Pocopia. I don't think anything is gonna beat Pocopia. I like Pocopia a lot. Like, a whole lot. It's just basically everything I actually want out of a Pokemon game, which is just to be friends with Pokemon and to all live together in a wonderful place that we can build. But both of those games from this year and last year have forced me to destroy the landscape and to kind of get over my, like, hesitations around doing that. If there's, like, a landscape in a game, I have a hard time, like, destroying it, even if that's, like, a part of the gameplay, you know? Like, oh, but this is how it was naturally. I don't want to, like, alter it too much, you know, despite my name. Donkey Kong Lanza. It's also weird because, like, you know, you can build houses for your Pokemon and stuff, like actual houses. But I feel like some of them would be less happy living in a house. Like, some of them are just, like, insects or something. It's like, would they really be happier living in a house? Well, I mean, bugs do live in houses, obviously, but I don't know. Some of them are, like, plants or whatever. Like, wouldn't they just be happier being out in the grass and in the sunshine versus, like, living in a house? I don't know. But apparently the ideal for all of them is to live in a house. Like, they become happier more quickly if they are in a house, so... I haven't moved all of them into houses yet because it takes time and materials and stuff, but... I'm always thinking about it. I'm like, which of these Pokemon would really be happier living in a house? They, you know... I actually built a house for, these two dinosaurs that I have for Shieldon and Bastiodon, and it's kind of funny because the house, I didn't know this was going to happen, but it, like, came with a bathroom. Like, it was a house that you, like, pre-build and it comes with a bathroom inside, and I'm just, like, imagining them, like, sitting on the toilet, and instead of, like, pooping outside like animals, they're just, like, sitting on the toilet now and, like, flushing it. And I had to, like, modify the house because it didn't have... It had, like, a second floor loft area thing, but it just had a ladder to get up there, and I'm like, they can't get up there, so I had to make stairs. Looking for bonuses in this level it just really sucks. It sucks a lot. Alright, well, we got to the halfway point. Didn't find any bonuses, so I hope there's only one, and I hope it's in the later half here. But yeah, I've never actually played a game similar to Pokopia before. Like, I've never even played Minecraft. And I specifically, like, didn't want to get into Minecraft when it was, you know, kind of just becoming a big deal. Which was, like, back when I was in college is sort of when Minecraft was really just taking off for the first time. I specifically avoided it because I thought I will get very addicted to this and I will try to, like, make stuff and it will just be this, like, big distraction that I don't really need in my life. So I purposefully chose to never get into it. So I've never played any of these games where you just, like, get blocks and build stuff out of them. Let's go, a bonus! But you put Pokemon in it, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll finally give this sort of genre a chance. I'm gonna really hope this is the only bonus and I'm going to leave. It's not! There's another one! Fuck! I'm gonna go save if I can, but I gotta go back in. Ah! Why'd they put 2 bonuses in this level of all levels? Yeah, I'm the opposite. I chose to go with Pokopia and not Tomodachi Life, because those games releasing so close within the same, like, window, basically. It just kind of seems like that's a lot of, like, dedicated life sim, play every day type of games to have at once, you know? So I might get Tomodachi Life eventually, but not anytime soon. You know what happened? I think I did find that bonus before, but I failed it, and it puts you out, like, here, and you can't get back to it. No, it didn't put you out here, because it put me out next to it before, so I don't know. Yeah, we didn't have enough Lockjaw Saga today, so I decided to go back and play these older levels to find bonuses to get our Lockjaw quota in. I'm gonna die! Okay, there was a sussy banana up against the wall here. I'm gonna go, like, inspect that. It was nothing. I was nowhere near that guy. I was nowhere near that guy. That's some BS. There he is. It's Lockjaw. It's the one we're all here for. It's his saga, and we're just living in it, you know? Okay, so this is the end. And there's no going back now because there's no clapper, so... You know, I would just die if I tried to go in the water, so I guess I'm finishing this for now. Yeah, people a lot of times say that, like, Nintendo, like, finishes games and then they just, like, sit on them for a long time so they can have, like, the perfect release schedule or whatever. I don't know how true that is, though, because I think the release schedule is kind of whack a lot of the time. Like, why are you putting, like, 2 life sims within, like, a couple months of each other, and then you take all of the Mario RPG revival and put that within, like, a year of each other, too? It's like, I don't know. Seems kind of silly sometimes. Things tend to be kind of bunched up. Like, it's one thing if they were waiting for, you know, like... They decided to make Bonanza a Switch 2 game instead of a Switch 1 game. That's different, you know? But when it comes to just, like, games that could be released, just sitting on them for, like, a year or something, I don't know about that. Yeah, that too. That's a good point. How am I supposed to find this other bonus ever? It's gonna take me forever. Well, it's almost break time again, so I'm gonna take a break and then come back, get a game over, keep looking around in Lava Lagoon. Alright, see ya. Alright. Okay, just making sure I took my BRB thing off this time. Wah! Game over incoming. There it is! You know what, I said that, you know, you can skip through this, but let's just watch the whole thing this time. Mood. %. Alright. What do I need to do here? Let's kind of scope it out before I go back in there. Still need to find a bonus or two here. Gotta do fucking everything in Squawks' Shaft, great. Barrel Bayou's done! Glimmer's Galleon, god damn it. Rattle Battle's done. Okay, actually, I kinda, like, pulled myself together here at the end, I guess. These last few levels are all done, but then these really shitty ones... Of course the underwater ones, because they're a struggle, but... Alright, let's go back to the lagoon. Maybe I would have found it by now if I had, like, any chance whatsoever to look around before running out of time. You know what? I'm gonna say it. You know, I love Donkey Kong Country 2, but obviously that's where this design idea originated. I am really not a fan of the fact that in the underwater levels, there's some bonuses and secrets and stuff that you have to find by just, like, pressing yourself up against the wall, and then, like, you go through the wall, you can just, like, swim past the box or whatever. It's never been a good idea, because you can't really tell, like, you could do that anywhere. I mean, you can't tell which ones are going to be the fake ones or which ones you can swim by or not, so you, unless you just, like, know the game so well, you know where all the secrets are, to find them, you really just have to, like, press yourself up against the wall, like, at all times, and it would be one thing if the secrets were hidden in, like, some little secret, like, area that you could see was like a little, like, why is there banana here? Like, but yeah, if you could tell there was like some little secret side area to go down, like a little path, that would be one thing, but when you literally just have to like squish yourself up against the side until you randomly find the right place that you can, because I feel like I looked pretty thoroughly and I didn't find anything, so I really do have to just, like, hug the wall now and hope that I find what I'm looking for, because I don't know where else any of this shit's gonna be. It's like, even now I feel like, oh! Okay. Alright. Bonus jump scare. We did it! Yo, T-Roy, thank you. So, I'm just gonna take a wild guess you're playing some Sonic. How'd that go? Unless that's just your, like, you know... It's not bad to have an always raid message. I should come up with one sometime, you know? Because I never know what to say. You know what's nice is in the first Donkey Kong Land, and I guess Donkey Kong Country this is also true, There are no bonuses in the underwater levels. There's just no bonuses at all. Like, you know, you don't have to even worry about it. Alright, we're gonna go save, because... I don't know. Ah, no, we're not! Maybe if I just keep begging her, she'll take pity on me. Can I take out a student loan? Oh, nice. There we go. You know what? Let's just farm a few coins here, because it's so easy. I hope they make a Mario Maker 3 at some point. I don't know exactly what they would put into a new one. But I feel like even just having, like, what they had before with maybe... They don't have to, like, go crazy with it, just the ability to, like, have it... Or maybe they could just port Mario Maker 2 onto the Switch 2 with some minor updates and, like, have the mouse controls and stuff. Wonder style, yeah. But, I mean, the aesthetics and stuff would be really good, but it makes me wonder, like... It makes me wonder, how they could incorporate, like, the Wonder Seed mechanic, like... There would have, like... If there is a way for you to have, like, one level, but then when you get the Wonder Seed, it, like, completely changes it somehow, but... Alright, do I want to do... I mean, if we're going in order, we need to do Red Hot Ride first. So I guess that's what we're doing. Yeah, finally we get to make a Mario. I just want them to bring back the little, like, 8-bit characters where if you scanned an amiibo, you would get to have that character costume or whatever. I was so excited at the prospect of, like, getting to play a little Mario Maker level as K. Rool, but then they took that out by the time we had our amiibo. Yeah, I mean, it's a very simple, like, concept, but honestly, it is very effective and it works really well that, like, there's just this thing, this, like, item or whatever in the Mario universe where it just makes things get, like, weird and, like, creative in whatever way the devs feel like making it be, you know? And it varies from level to level or setting to setting or whatever. I feel like you know, I have, like, mixed feelings on Mario Wonder as a game. I thought it was kinda too easy, and I think that whatever they're doing with, like, the Switch 2 version, which I'm probably not going to bother to get or anything, but, like, actually adding the Koopalings instead of it just being Bowser Jr. all the time and stuff, that's a big improvement right there, but I think, like, the kind of very concept of the game of just, like, taking a Mario platformer but encouraging it to just push the creativity in every single level is just a great idea. I kind of feel like the next Mario movie could just be the Mario Wonder movie, since they are clearly concerned with, like, just pushing the spectacle of it all. So I could see, you know, some people think it's gonna be like, the next Mario movie is gonna be like the Luigi's Mansion movie or something. But I don't, like, maybe they'll make a Luigi's Mansion movie, but I don't think that would be like the third Mario movie. That'd be like a spin-off, you know? Like, they're gonna want to make another Mario movie after this one. Just like the Donkey Kong movie is not going to be the third Mario movie, you know? There we go. I hope there's another balloon. Yes, we gotta just go back the other direction. Here we go. Fuck! This is not good. Oh no. Because the balloon started falling. Okay, this just seems like there's just... Unless the coin spawns back there, like there's just not gonna be enough time. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over here. We're gonna start on this balloon and go back the other direction. Well, okay, because it's... I feel like it's a lot easier to slip off these balloons than in the SNES version where they kind of hold you a little bit better when you jump onto them. You know, the sad thing is that, like... Nintendo makes, like, a better version of a game a lot of the time, but I, like, never end up getting the second version of it because, you know, I feel like I got my fill of the game back when it came out. I played the original version, and even if they improve it, I'm not going to, like... I don't know, Not even, like, a question of, like, money. It's just, like, I rarely replay games again, even if they've added a bunch of new stuff to it. It has to be a game that I, like, really, really loved. So, like, you know, I already played Mario Wonder. They put out a better version of Mario Wonder. I'm not gonna play that one. I'm just, I don't know, it's like, the window is gone, like, I missed it. I'm not gonna go back to the game, you know? I did not know that, Davey. Yeah, I know there's been a lot of, like, crazy interviews and stuff that have come out about the Galaxy movie, and I haven't read all of them, but it did surprise me. The thing that I did hear that surprised me was that it was not Miyamoto's idea to put Fox in the movie. Apparently, like, that was the idea of people at Illumination, and they, like, reached out to him about it instead. Because I would have thought, like, Miyamoto's like, I love Star Fox, why don't you put, this movie's about space, why don't you put Fox in there? But no. But yeah, like, Mario 3D World with Bowser's Fury, I've, like, never played that, even though I'm sure it's good and I would enjoy it, but it's like, you know, I already have the original 3D World, I got my fun out of it, I don't want to, like, get the new version. I don't know, it just, every time Nintendo puts out, like, an updated version that's, like, better and has, like, cool new stuff, I just feel like I never end up getting that one and I always miss out. The exception, look, I wasn't even going to buy, like, the Switch version of Tropical Freeze with new funky mode, which I know sounds crazy coming from me, but, like, I mean, at the time when that came out, I was unemployed, or I was self-employed, rather. I didn't have a lot of money to spare, so I was just like, I'm just not gonna get it. I already have Tropical Freeze. I love it, but then someone bought it for me, so that was nice. And the same thing with DKC Returns HD. I wasn't going to buy it. That's even less incentive to buy that one. Like, it didn't even have a new funky mode. Now it has a new Dixie mode, but it didn't have that when it came out. And someone also bought that for me, so, you know. Every like, retro DKC game, like, Switch version, people just buy for me, I guess. Alright, back to the shaft. I'm getting distracted talking about Mario games now. But yeah, I basically never replay games unless it's replaying Donkey Kong 64 again and again every single year. Okay, there's that. That was actually really easy to find. That's good. I feel like one year I just need to take like a year of my life where, unless like anything huge new thing comes out where I'm like, I have to play this right now, I just like take a year where I simply just revisit all my favorite games and replay a bunch of stuff instead of playing new things. Okay, okay. This is just another barrel hell level. Let's go. Anything over there? No. I used to replay games a lot more often when I was younger, for sure, and that was partially because, you know, before I really had any income to speak of, I would get new games so much less frequently, so I would just end up playing the same games I already loved over and over again. Yeah, I was thinking about, okay, so a few days ago, April 9th, was the 19th birthday of Super Paper Mario, and I used to play that game like once a year, basically. But then I streamed it when it turned 10, 9 years ago. And that was, you know, in the very early days of me being a streamer, that was one of my big first things I did, was play through I played through SMRPG, and then the first 3 Paper Mario games. And that each of those was like a really, really big deal for me back in the day, to stream them and share them with people. And I have not played Super Paper Mario since then. It's been 9 years since the last time I played it, and I used to play it like again and again. I still have like so much of the script memorized, you know, just from playing it so much when I was younger, but it's kind of crazy that it's gotten to a point where I've just let it go so long without playing it again. I will play it next year. I will stream it again for its 20th birthday, and we can talk about how much my life has changed since I streamed it 10 years ago. Okay, so I don't think I found a bonus yet, have I? I found the coin. There's gotta be a bonus hiding around in this whole, like, squawk section, but it's just, like, really, really, really big and open. Yeah, like this, it's just so wide. I got a lot of airspace to cover here. Like, the actual Squawks' shaft that I know and love is not so wide. That's a phrasing. Ah, there it is. You know, it's just somewhere in this huge open space. Okay, I guess that was all of them. But there's another bonus. Alright, going back in. I bet it's not in the Squawk section. I bet it's like earlier on in the level somewhere. Yeah, the funny thing is the Bonanza Radley statue does look silly, but he looks like even somewhat less silly than, you know, like he originally did. Like, you're like, man, this is a funny, goofy-looking snake, but if you look at his, like, actual original model, he looks even sillier. I always appreciated how silly he looks, but they made his like, head and his nose, like, a little bit smaller, you know? I'm just saying I like my shafts narrow. This one's awkwardly wide. It's a pain in the ass. Okay, there's the bonus that I've done. Yo, this level also has one cannon in it. I forgot about that. Cannon loves standing around at the very top of, like, a mine shaft. Alright, well, we're gonna go back to the beginning. Well, birds can have some unusual shafts. There it is! It's like right there! Hold on, can I get there from here? No, I cannot. Alright, we gotta find our way over there somehow. Okay, Dixie's ponytail twirl, like, works a little differently in this game, I feel. Like, if you fall too much, you can't do it. Like, you have to do it pretty early into your jump or into your fall. Like, if you're falling for a bit, you can't, like, catch yourself by doing it. You have to, like, commit early. I don't know why. Is it down here? There it is. Also, I feel like the bonus timers in this game are, like, really strict. Like, you mess up once and you can't do it. Like, you have to... Like, goddamn, expect me to be like a speedrunner who knows what I'm doing, like, the very first time I go into every single bonus. It's like, give me a second to figure out what I'm even doing here. Ah! Saved it. gonna be... yeah. This is a game for people who have an extreme dedication to the cause of Donkey Kong. Okay. Alright. Alright. So now we just need to do Glimmer's Galleon. That's all! Alright, I'm gonna go save again. But then once we do Glimmer's Galleon, we will be done. With I'm almost to 50%. Remember when Glimmer got eaten by a lockjaw and replaced with a barrel? Also, there's at least 2 bonuses in this, because I remember that I did get one, because I had to recreate it, but I got the one where you, like, have to go awkwardly really far to the right at the beginning of this level, and there's just a bonus over there. So I got one, but there's yet another one out there. Hi. Alright. Alright, I got a weird confession to make. When I was a kid, like, I never really realized that flotsams are supposed to be, like, stingrays or whatever. Because they're so, like, flowy and stuff. And the way they're colored, like, that, like, weird blue color they are, I didn't really know what they were supposed to be, but I kind of saw them as, like, some kind of weird, like, protoplasm thing. Like, they're just some kind of weird ectoplasmy creature. Like, they're like an amoeba, just a very big amoeba. Maybe it's just because I like the Powerpuff Girls and they have, like, the same color as the Amoeba Boys, I don't know. But it took me a long time in life to actually see them as some kind of, like, real animal instead of just some kind of blob. Some kind of slime-like blob. I'm just gonna spend a lot of time, like, looking for stuff, so I'm just gonna go back and forth all over the place with no real aim. Hopefully I'll find what I'm looking for eventually, you know? At least they have plenty of coins right now. Before Glimmer died, he was able to, like, you know, transfer the power of his soul into all these different barrels. His spirit lives on. That's the bonus from the beginning. You have to go, like, hella far to get to it. Yeah, they contain Glimmer's ashes. And within those ashes, there is still an ember. burning bright. Now I could use some of those glimmer ashes right now, because boy, I cannot tell what I'm doing. Just on guard in the darkness. This level is so, like, goddamn huge. I was just swimming around in the dark for, like, a long time. How have I not found, like, at least one of the other two things I'm looking for, right? I've been looking for two things, and I haven't found either one of them. They put so many, like, random-ass bananas just up against the wall in these levels, but why? They don't serve us any kind of hint or clue, they're just there. Just, here, have a banana. Have one banana. Have one wet, soggy banana. It is huge. It is wide. And it makes my hand hurt. I don't know why, but, like, specifically the water levels, because I guess you're just pressing a direction constantly. I don't know, but they make my hands hurt. Ah! Ooh, someone's back there. Alright, hold on. How do I get over there? I probably have to, like, come around. Okay, I don't want to accidentally jump on the thing. Good thing I can still see it in the darkness. How do I get... that's maybe just where I came from, like that's just part of the level that I swam past already. Whatever, we have to backtrack. Ah. I see. I don't know. I think this is a secret area. Yeah, there we go. Okay, maybe the coin is also back around here. I'm gonna try to take a look before I jump in there. I don't see it. Unless it's like a double bonus situation where I also have to swim through the wall here. Okay, there it is. But where was the DK coin? It was somewhere in this level. We didn't find it. I gotta stop soonish, but I would love if we could find this coin. Now, see, in the real Glimmer's Galleon, and I will always call the Donkey Kong Country 2 versions of these levels the real versions, because they're the ones that matter to me, and they're better. Anyway, the DK coin is, like, right near the beginning. You gotta kind of, like, go backwards. Here they do it with the bonus, but maybe it's also around here somewhere? I don't know. I mean, there's, like, a bonus and the coin. It's a whole thing. Only a bonus, as far as I'm seeing. In all the time I spent with this game today, we only progressed like 16% or something. That's very, very concerning. My dedication to, like, 100%ing as many games as I can in this series. Now, that's not going to be true for all of them, trust me. It's gonna fall off with some later games where it would have just been, like, too difficult or ridiculous to do so, but, like, I don't know. I didn't expect it to be this much of an ordeal for this game. It's also funny that part of the chronology is looking at the strategy guides for stuff, but I refuse to do so until I've actually played the game, so, you know. I could be just learning where all the hidden stuff was, but I must find it on my own. That's part of the journey. You know, not only is finding stuff in the underwater levels more of a pain because of what we discussed before of having to just, like, rub yourself against the wall until you find a secret, but in this world, they were like, you know, what if you had to do that, but also you could only stay in the water for a limited amount of time because it gets hot, or you could only see for a limited amount of time. Just to make it even better. Have I been up there? I don't know. Have I? I'm just gonna assume I have, or that I'm going up there eventually. I managed to come back to the beginning and I found the bonus that's at the beginning. That's not what I was looking for. They just don't make games that are trying to simultaneously sell you the strategy guide or get you to call the Nintendo hotline like they used to. So what's everybody gonna be doing this, you know, this fine Saturday night? I'm going to a play, like I said earlier, and it's gonna be nice. It's gonna help take my mind off of Lockjaw's Saga. This level is driving me, like, very crazy. I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, I'm just... This is a... I'm definitely feeling the, like, smile and optimism gone type of moment for this. Oh, what is this? Is this some kind of area? Is it just a shortcut, or is this like an actual bonus area? Is this where the other bonus was? I don't know. Where am I? Yes, there it is! We're free! We're free of Glimmer's Galleon! No more Glimmer. Well, that was always the case. No more Glimmer was the case as soon as we came in there, but, you know. Alright, we're freaking done with this entire giant-ass area. Let's get out of here. I'm gonna save first. We are past 50%, everybody! God, look how much money I have. Alright. So I didn't find the coin here. God. Target Terror has a bonus in it? Okay, sure. It's weird how Rickety Race doesn't, but Target Terror does. I'm done with Mudhole, at least. Don't have to go back in the hole. Okay, let's see if we can find the bonus in Target Terror, at least. Yeah, it's gonna be at least 4 streams. Depends on how long I can stream in my other streams, but... Oh, foolish. Bye, Dixie. See ya. Okay, so I'm just gonna assume one of the bonuses is like, you know, you fall down. So I got a decent amount of lives to work with, so I'm gonna be falling down in some holes on purpose. You can't tell what the barrel is if it's a check or an X until you get, like, right up on it. Okay, oh, okay, found it. I didn't know if I had taken the right path or the wrong path there. I got this one already. Why was there another path? Does that one have, like, 2 Crim coins in it or something? Like, is it a bonus that, like, a double bonus? There was, like, another path on the upper part. Well, anyway, there's some other bonus that I haven't found yet, I guess. Either that or I have to go back to that one and test that theory. It might have been up there. I know. Like I said before, this version of Crazy Kremland is... It's not very crazy, it's just, it kind of sucks, actually. Oh, I see, that's just that. Well, I'm just going to die now. They do not have the attraction where you can explore the inside of Cannon's body and, like, look out through his nipples like one of those Discovery Zone, like, orb things. Okay, so that's the one that I need to jump up on. Alright. The second flitter. I'm gonna have to do this level again. I'm just gonna die. Oh, if you touch the tracks, I guess, you instantly die? What the hell? What? Why is it coded like that? Are they, like, hot or something? Are they, like, electrified? That's the DK coin, which I have. So it must be down here. Yes. God, these zinger jumps are... Oh, this is atrocious. Well, I'm gonna do it again. The tracks kill you. Okay, so do a little baby jump. These, yeah, these jumps here are not friendly. Oh my god, this whole one is so demanding. Like, okay, this is basically... It's like that really annoying jump in Haunted Hall that, like, can still get me all these years later. The really tricky zinger jump, but this bonus is, like, just that over and over again. Rip. Ah! Okay. No, I shouldn't have jumped there. Okay, you gotta write it down, then you gotta jump over them. Hiya! This is the hardest bonus as far as, like, the actual bonus itself goes. Wait till the very edge. Okay. Alright. Well, basically his sound clips in DK64, he just kind of shares them with K-Rool, so... I mean... I could see that being his voice, but only if K-Rool had a different voice, because I wouldn't want them to, like, both have the same voice like they kind of do in the game, you know? But I actually like K-Rool's DK64 voice, because that was, you know, I grew up with it, so, you know, a lot of people say, like, his ideal voice for them is, like, his cartoon voice or whatever, which is very good, but the one that resonates with me that I always like to imagine in my head is this, like, super ridiculously deep one he has. Which I feel like Bonanza kind of is that. I mean, I know he doesn't actually say words in that game, he's just, like, growling, but it's a very deep, low, snarly growl, you know? Yeah, it's kind of like Mad Jack. He both sounds like a demon out of hell, but also Donald Duck at the same time. Yeah, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be, like, unimaginable for them to have the same voice or an extremely similar voice, but... Alright. I think I have to stop here because I need to, like, get ready to go out tonight and make dinner and stuff, so... we made it past 50% today, so that's good. I will be, back possibly tomorrow with Victor, but I will probably stream some more of this on Monday, I'm not sure, but I will aim to stream some more of this on Monday so we can get past this and move on to other things. But, yeah, hopefully see you Monday. If not then sometime soon. I'm not sure when. My weeks have been busy, you know, like, I usually have something going on a lot of my weekdays, so it's kind of hard to stream during the week, but I will try to squeeze in at least something if I can. Because here's the thing, I really can't stand to play this game for longer than, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours at a time anyway, so if I can squeeze in a shorter stream here and there, I can try to do it. Let's go ahead and do this just to be safe. But yeah, I had 2 streams today, so when I upload this to YouTube, I will stick them both together into one. But, yeah, I'm like really hungry. That's like all I can think about right now, so I gotta go make dinner. But, yeah. It's Donkey Kong Land 2. It's not always the most exciting thing, but, you know, it'll be a good time as long as we're here together, you know? As long as we're here for each other. Yeah, Dreamer, it was the whole thing with the save on my cartridge ended up not actually working as I thought it was going to, because it turns out testing it, like, I don't know, it could hold a save for a few seconds, I guess, but not long term, so I had to redo everything off stream. That's just how dedicated I am, you know? A lesser chronologist would have said, I don't want to redo Donkey Kong Land 2, so we're just gonna say I played it, and, you know, we checked the game out. I've played it before, we don't need to go through the whole thing again, I'm done, we're just gonna move on. No, I will replay the whole goddamn game, meticulously recreating what bonuses I had found and which ones I hadn't found, so we can pick up right where we left off, so that's what I did. Yeah, friends don't let friends play Donkey Kong Land 2 without good reason.